Well, first we'd like to ask a little bit about you. I mean, you coming into to Cloudcroft to coach this team. Where are you from? What have you been up to? And what made you decide to come into Cloudcroft and coach this team?
Well, I've been living in San Antonio, Texas for the last 25 years or so, and coached there, South San District and Laxton District for 15 years, and been in Iraq for the last 7 years. I got a chance to go over there, serve our troops, and the last year and a half worked for the State Department. And my wife discovered Cloudcroft while I was in Iraq, and we came up when I was on vacation, fell in love with the place, and decided, hey, we want to move here. Bought a place, and I was fortunate enough to get on as the head coach here, and we moved right before season.
Well, you talked a little bit about some of your head coaching experience. Talk a little bit about how long have you been coaching high school football previous to coming in here to Cloudcroft?
Well, I was coaching for 15 years in San Antonio, in South San Antonio District, and worked for the South San District, coaching football, basketball, and then I was the head basketball coach for the Lackland District in San Antonio the year before I went to Iraq.
Well, you're coming into a football program that hasn't had a whole bunch of success over the last couple of years. As a coach, what is it about, when you're trying to get a program that has been falling on some hard times, what's your approach to kind of getting things moving in the right direction?
Well, first of all, I want to get participation. We with a hard time, we got a lot of kids that don't want to play. And my approach so far has been, number one, we've got great support from our administration, from the superintendent, the school board, all the way down. They have really made a commitment to want to build the program. And also, we've got a good junior high and youth program coming up. So my approach is just, I've got support from the top, and I've got good kids from the bottom, and we're going to try to get the kids that I have this year to just play hard and to tackle well. I'm really big on playing good defense, and we just want to get our kids playing hard, get them excited about the program, and kind of build from the bottom up.
Well, one of the biggest challenges, obviously, with being at a small school is you don't have a whole lot of numbers. I think I looked at the roster last year, and it was somewhere around 20-something. So you got kids that have to play both sides the entire way. Talk about that working at a 1A school here in New Mexico.
Well, we're just working with what we have. I can't change the situation with what we got. Right now, we've got about 18 kids, and a couple of those I found out today I'm losing a couple of those kids, one to injury, one to grade. So we don't have very many, but what I'm trying to put in my kids' head is that, we're going to play with what we have, and you guys just have to take pride in yourself and believe in yourself and play hard every snap. And the kids are responding to that. They're practicing hard. They're hitting hard in practice. And they're really doing a good job of believing in what I'm trying to teach them.
Well, with that, what kind of offense will we see from the Bears coming up this season?
Well, we're looking at I like the running game, and we're going to run the I. Our passing game would just be off play action.
Well, speaking of passing game, talk about some of the guys in your offense, quarterback, running back at the skill positions, maybe wide receiver that you expect to have an impact on what you guys do this season.
Well, I've got a couple of kids that I really like. My running back is going to be Dylan McCourt. He's a senior, and he's got good speed. He's not a very big kid, but he runs real hard. He's got some good moves, and I think he's going to wind up being a good player for us. Our quarterback is Nick Manford. I had to throw him into the quarterback spot. He was a running back last year, but he's done a pretty fine job in practice. He's getting accuracy down, and like I say, it's mostly a running game anyway. Alex Miller is going to be our wideout, and he's a really good athlete that can catch the ball and has good speed. So I've got some good skill guys. If we can just get our offensive line blocking the way we want them to block, I think we'll be okay.
Do you feel like you got some kids that can, once they get the system figured out, can do a good job on that offensive line?
I do. I've got some pretty good kids up front that can block. All they need is a little skill.
Oh, and let's switch over to the defensive side. And I'm probably going to hear a lot of the same names that you're talking about, but who are going to be the players you're going to need to step up for you guys to play some solid defense this year?
One guy I like is a kid named Randy Summers. He's going to be our middle linebacker, and he is a head hunter. Like I said, we've really been hitting hard in practice. I'm really focusing on trying to make them physical, and we're seeing a lot of that in practice. These kids can hit, and they can tackle well, and Randy Summers is going to be the main cog in that.
Well, you open up your season this Friday on the road against Fort Sumner. That's always a very, very good program that they have out there. I don't know, have you guys got a chance to see them at all and know anything about them going into the game coming up this weekend?
I've seen a little film on them, and they do look very challenging.
What do you think you'll have to do heading into that game to give them a run for their money coming up this Friday night?
Well, I'm just telling my kids, look, go out there and play as hard as you can, and hit as hard as you can, and execute on offense, and we'll be fine. Basically what I'm trying to get my kids to do is just believe in themselves and play hard. And if we can get them to do that, then we'll be okay.
And you also, district's a little bit different for you guys this year. I mean, you coming in, maybe not noticing too much of a difference, but you get teams like Mescalero, Magdalena, and Capitan. As it gets towards the end of the season and you've had a full year with these guys, I mean, do you feel like this is a group that will be able to have a chance at doing something in district this season?
I like what we have. If we can keep the injury bug away, we should be fine. Like I said, we're going to play hard. We're going to come at you, and we're going to hit you hard. And one thing that we have really been emphasizing in practice is condition. My opinion is, and I saw it myself when I first moved here, I'm a guy, I'm in my 50s, but I've always been in good shape, but I get in the mountains, and I'm out of breath pretty quick. And so the thin air really gets you. And my thoughts are, if we could be the best conditioned team out there, I think when the other kids come up here and they're not used to the mountain air, it's going to affect them. So we should be the most conditioned team in the state. And, that's my approach.
Well, I feel like you guys have kind of a special stadium up there. I mean, you do have the lights up there, and you guys are going to play. That's looking at you guys are going to play night games this year up in Cloudcroft. I know they'd kind of gotten away from that a little bit. But, your home games are going to be night games this year. Is that kind of an exciting deal for everybody up there?
Well, yeah, it is. My opinion, high school football, whether it's Texas or New Mexico or anywhere, should be under the lights.
Also ask you about the support. I mean, you talked about the support you're getting from the administration. How about the support from the community? Does it feel like you guys are getting that heading into the season?
I really am. Everywhere I go, it's a new experience for me. You're the new coach, and I even get it in Alamogordo. I was down there this weekend. I had a couple of people run into me. Hey, you're the new coach at Cloudcroft. So everybody's really excited about this, and I'm excited. I've never been a head football coach before, so this is a new experience for me, and I'm really enjoying it.
All right, I'll leave you on this, and I guess you'll have a certain amount of expectations this year, but what will you be happy with at the end of the season when we get finished with that game against Mescalero?
Well, obviously, if we make the playoffs, I'll be extremely happy. But, I just want to see them go out and compete and play as hard as they can. And, I told them at the very beginning, look, if you guys go out and just fill it out all over the field and give it everything you got, the only thing you're going to hear from me at the end of the game is I'm proud of you. I'm all about effort and playing hard, and I believe we're going to get that. And, if we get that, I'll be happy.